Hey, everybody. Can you see me? Can you hear me? This is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher in my little Cinco de Mayo blouse today. Um, we're actually having kind of like a Cinco de Mayo spirit week, so every day is something different. So today was to wear like your little Mexican, traditional outfit. So I got my little shirt. Yeah, look at my little shirt. And tomorrow is dressed like a pinata or dressed in bright colors. But I got me a shirt that has a pinata on it, so I'm gonna wear that. And then Wednesday is supposed to be wear your huaraches, which is basically flip flop or your chanclas. And then Thursday is you wear your Hispanic or Latino soccer jersey. So I went on Amazon and I found one. And then Friday they said it's Coma La Flor, which I thought when I heard it, I was like, oh, is it Selena thing? But it was like, they meant the flowers like Frida Kahlo wore on her hair. So I got one of those. I'm going to put in my hair on Friday. So, um, but yeah, hey, Lindsay, how you doing? Girl, the picture on my thumbnail is what he put on True Social. Someone showed him how to make an AI version of himself as the Pope. Someone actually asked him that, and they always asking him questions, but he just don't know. I guess I don't know if he's trying to be funny, but then sometimes I think he's being funny. He's being serious. And he said, someone said, "Well, who do you?" Because everyone's speculating on who the new Pope is going to be. You know, but even last time when Pope Francis became the Pope, no one like expected him to be the Pope. So it was like, now some people did think Benedict was going to be the Pope before him because he actually gave the homily or the eulogy of what's his name, Pope John Paul II. So I think the church wasn't ready for any new changes just yet. So I think they went with a safe one with Pope Benedict. But anyway, hey, Cherie Harris, hey. But someone, because I think they were asking him, because sometimes they ask him questions on Air Force One, or they'll ask him questions like he's walking in front of the, was he walking in front of the wire? One of those pictures. And they say, hey, who do the Cardinals are going to meet real soon. They're going to meet starting May 7th. And they're going to decide on who the new Pope is. They're installing the chimney and stuff, right? Where they're going to signal, they picked one. He said, well, who do you think you want to be Pope? He said, oh, I think I'd be a good Pope. And I said, you know what? The man already said, I think may have been on Truth Social. I guess when you have your own social media, you just feel like you can just say anything. He's just doing it. He said, I run America and I run the world. Okay, so that's like you Beyonce, who run the world, girls, who run the world, girls. Like we gotta replace girls with Trump now. So it ain't enough. That's why I put on for my time. It ain't enough that you the president, but you want to be the Pope too. And then on top of that, after he said it, then he made this AI and then pissed off all the Catholics for the last 3-4 days. But guess who didn't say nothing about it though? Who's Catholic? His vice president. I guess he gotta be quiet because he kind of helped the last one, get to the pearly gates a lot faster, allegedly, But still, and there are some Catholic organizations. There is a couple of there's a Catholic organization that's upset. Then there's also I think maybe some Catholic pastors or bishops. They're upset about it, and a lot of other people who are not even Catholic, like, man, you just being really insensitive. Like, you just no. Then why did Lindsey, you my favorite Lindsey, because Lindsey Graham is giving all the Lindseys a bad name. Lindsey Graham gonna come out here tomorrow. You know what? I think he'll make a good pope. Shut up, Lindsey. Y'all don't even check this man for nothing. He actually could be joking. You sound like you joking, but you come out here all the fucking time and reiterate whatever he says and say you support it. You might actually think he might make a good pope. No. He don't even go to, someone say he don't even go to church on Sunday. He's golfing. But he want to say he bringing religion back. Religion never left. Is he still signing on Trump Bibles? Hey, respect the angle Christian network. I'm just like, no, we don't need you. It's bad enough you the president. And for some reason, all I could think about was this song that Prince came out with in the late 90s, early 2000s, was it mid 90s? Trying to think what was it? What album was that on? I think it was when he turned his name to a symbol, and one of the songs the hook was, you can be the president, I'd rather be the Pope. You can be the side effect, I'd rather be the dope. And I was like, So when I heard he say, "Oh, I'd rather be the Pope," I'm like, "Damn, is he listening to Prince?" Like, man, I never took him for no Prince fan. But I'm just like, why you want to be the president? Like, dude, you're the president already. You can't have all the jobs. Speaking of jobs, why he got poor Marco Rubio? I found out why Marco Rubio always looks like he's sleepy or tired. He just look really overworked. He got 4 jobs, y'all. Because Trump picked all these loyal people, but most of them are incompetent as hell. So Marco, I found out, I thought he was only going to have 2 jobs, the Secretary of State and be the interim or part-time national security advisor. But oh no, he had 2 of the jobs. I totally forgot about. He's heading the USAID department, and he's also, I didn't know this one, he's an archivist. So I guess he has to like keep records of all the important stuff during the administration. And that's the stuff that's going to go into the National Art. And I'm just like, you, sir, you didn't know there's nobody competent over there besides Marco to do that job? I'm like, okay. Y'all couldn't. Really? Poor Marco. This one YouTuber say, "Tomorrow, let me find out Marco really got some Jamaican in." He got 4 jobs. And then I was reading stuff today about Cinco de Mayo, that there are places now, because of ICE, they're not celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Either 1, because they scared ICE is going to show up, or 2, because the funding, he's all anti-DEI, so they don't want to like celebrate other cultures. And I'm thinking like, wait a minute though. When it was St. Patty's Day, and a lot of people are not Irish, okay, are not Catholic. They were still out here celebrating St. Patrick's Day. So we can't be out here and have a margarita or 2 on Cinco de Mayo. This man took Cinco de Mayo. It was bad enough when the first year he was president, he was over there eating a taco cabana bowl from, where did he get that from? Taco Bell? Taco Cabana has it better though. Some type of taco bowl or something he got. To my happy, and I'm thinking like, that's more Tex-Mex, or I guess you say Cali-Mex or whatever. But I'm just like, this year it's just like but maybe we don't need him celebrating Cinco de Mayo, because he might get awful, because that Black History program he had, I was like, y'all for a Black History program, y'all don't have a lot of Black folks in there. I just know that's sad. I'm just like, so because of you, no more Cinco de Mayo. Okay. Um, Oh, he was trying to take Veterans Day from the veterans. He want to call it Victory Day because he hears this stuff from other leaders, and they have these celebrations, and and it's like their Victory Day, but we've called them something else, and so it's just he wants to be like them. So, and unfortunately, the anniversary of the Army is the same day as his birthday. So he's really turning the military parade into a happy birthday parade for himself. That's how much a narcissist he is. So, this is the thing. I really want to support the Army, but it's just like, I don't think I'm going to be watching the military parade. If it is, I'm watching it through some, political commentarian's video. I think I saw somewhere where some people were planning on having other demonstrations, like other protests and stuff. To be honest, I think this is what I think they should do. I think we should have an appreciation parade for the Army where we are. And we don't mention Trump at all, Or if we have someone who's been in our family and they're in the Army, like, hey, go appreciate them for their contribution to the armed forces or to the Army. I'm just like, I'm tired of him. And he's just really trying to make it big because Putin is having, in like 3 days. That's why he asked for the ceasefire, because he don't want no bullets or nothing flying while people in town for the victory. The victory against the Nazis, right? So that's yeah. So anything another country has, he wants to do it too, but bigger. Hey, Black Anonymous. So I'm just like, we can't have Cinco de Mayo. The Army can't have its own celebration by itself. You trying to take Veterans Day from the veterans. And a lot of veterans, he already pissed off the veterans by firing them. Now you want to take that whole fucking day away from them? And I wanted to say, I forget which president, because it used to be called, I think, Armistice Day. But then they changed it to Veterans Day. But then, it was changed to Veterans Day by act of Congress. So I think that's why they said today, early in the morning, they were like, he's gone back on renaming Veterans Day something else. I said, okay, someone must have finally sat him down and explained it to him. Because he was about to go get a pen and some paper and sign something talking about, this is me. He always do. And then he showed the paper. Oh my goodness. Oh. What'd you say? You gonna hear Marcos singing one day, Shaba. I don't really pray for Marco, because Marco, for the most part, compared to the other, he does, when he's talking about illegal immigrants, he does sound more like, Trump. He's trying to say it with his chest, but compared to everybody else, he really is like an even tone person most of the time. And you can see his facial expressions, like it made me young. I just feel like if anybody in that administration decides to go quote unquote postal, it'd be Marco. Because everybody else has no problem showing their emotions by how upset they are with stuff. Look at Pete Hegseth. Anytime somebody talking to him about single chat, And he's always talking about, oh, it's the leakers, it's the reporters, it's some of you out here. And I'm just like, dude, if you don't go sit down, then Pam Bondi, she be talking all slick and stuff. And then that girl Caroline Levy, who's the press secretary, it's like her, Pam Bondi, and Marjorie Green. I'm like, are y'all in a group chat together? And y'all just come up with hateful shit to say to people? Y'all some hateful ass bonds. The blondes I've always met was nice, sweet, told some jokes. Them three, I'm just like, oh. I'm like, y'all some real Karens, for real. Y'all some real Karens. I'm just like, y'all so mad. Y'all mad about Trump ain't y'all man. You know what, Tammy, Senator Tammy Duckworth, she's a veteran herself, and she lost a leg in was it Afghanistan? And she was so mad at his confirmation hearing. She was like, "You haven't." And she said before, he should not be Secretary of State. And this is the thing. I didn't know this. I should have watched his confirmation hearing. He believes women should not be in combat. And women have been in combat since, I think, Obama's term. But guess what? Trump doesn't believe women should be in combat either. So it's just like, oh, so if you notice, like, there have been a lot of women that have been fired in addition to anybody that looks like Dion, Black, Hispanic, Asian, gay. Like, he got rid of a lot of the joint chiefs. I'm like, these people are the most qualified. But he found a job for his lawyer and his brother at the Pentagon. I'm just like, he fired one of the female, I guess it's a commander or one of the officers over a unit, because they did not have Trump's picture, Vice President Vance's picture, and because he's the Secretary of Defense, his picture up. And I'm thinking, like, you could have called her on the phone and said, hey, someone told you that you don't have the, like, chain of command up. Go put the pictures up. And I'm thinking, like, why are you firing her for that? But then someone else made a good point. They were like, well, maybe someone else was in charge of putting it up, and she did not, she was very slow to reprimand them for not doing so once it was, once it was made known. But it was just like, but then they're gonna, like, fire her, and they're gonna say, oh, well, she's got removed, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. Well, why are you talking about it then? Why you say it has nothing to do with that, but you saying the same sentence? So, but y'all see what Mike Wallace? Check out my other video when I said Mike Wallace got he got fired and he got hired on the same day. But I still think it's he should have been gone a long time ago with the single chat thing. But then now they're trying to say, I don't know if this is true or not, or if this is or maybe, it was some more stuff going on in addition to the signal chat thing that he was doing, that they were saying that Mike Waltz was talking with the Prime Minister Netanyahu, and they were talking about how he could, I guess, fight Iran. And so right now, the United States is just saying, like, hey, we're going to do sanctions. They're actually talking to, they're kind of harshly talking to each other. But it was like, Netanyahu wants to go full war. And it was like, according to them, that's what Mike Waltz wanted to do. And I guess he took too much initiative and talking to Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. And Trump didn't like that, so there was just like, okay, that's the final straw. Okay, you can't be the national security advisor because you over there planning wars with other folks. You're supposed to be over here advising me, So then he took that job away from him, and then he gave him the UN job. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. I think Trump wants to get rid of Mike Waltz, but he wants to save face. Like, hey, I got these loyal ones around me. I said, they were loyal. I was gonna be loyal. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to look like, hey, he don't want all that people moving around and resigning and stuff or getting fired like he did during his first term. So I think he is going to let the Senate not confirm Waltz. Because he only need because even Senator Raphael Warnock said in his town hall, y'all need to check out his town hall. His town hall was really good. He had it at his church. There was a lot of people there, and he had some hecklers, but I like the way they handled the hecklers. Unlike some of these Republicans, they just go get the security, not security. They go get the sheriff, the constable, and just drag folks out. Emergency Green, someone got tased. 3 people got arrested. I saw one from a guy from New York. I think his name was Lawler. He had 4 like constables took out a middle-aged white lady. And I'm just like, y'all are holding this. These Republicans don't know how to take criticism at all. Even Senator Chuck Grassley, he's the president pro tem of the Senate. He's 91, by the way. Just letting y'all know that. His was a little bit more intimate. It was more, people who were more, I guess you say, middle age or maybe near retirement age. And not everybody yelled at him, but there were people there speaking very strongly. But he was listening to them, and he didn't like telling somebody to go get the police and take somebody out. Like, I'm just like, okay. Byron Daniels, he's black. He's a black MAGA person. He had a town hall. Oh, his was he couldn't take the criticism either. And then he tried to like almost pull a race card. But at the same time, he's always trying to say, like, make it seem like he's race is not everything. And it was just like, okay, sir, which one is it going to be? You trying to say that they heckling you because you're a black man, but you don't want to be treated like a black man? Like, which one is it? I'm just, hey, Plant Life LLC. So I'm just like, what I need to go online because I really want to go. I'm telling you right now, I just want to go to one. This is the thing. Y'all know my congressman passed away, so the special election is not until November. So I'm looking at the Republicans nearby, and I'm just like, I want to go to one. And this is the thing. I don't even want to go to one to ask them no questions. I just want to go there because I want to watch everybody else. I'd be like, let me see a transcript live from so-and-so's town hall. But I'm thinking like they're going to have some restrictions. Like, oh, you got to live in the county and you got to do this, and that. And I'm just like, or you live in their district. And I'm just like, I don't have a rep. I just can't, Maybe I could find a friend or something that lives over there. So Wesley Hunt is in Spring, a little bit north of me. A couple of them having town halls, but that Dan Crenshaw, he's over there at Tascasita, and then there's another guy. Is his name Rob? Is it Rob or Roy? He's friends with their Republicans. Is it Chip Roy? I think it's Chip Roy, something like that. And I just want to go there and sit and just watch. Just watch. Yeah. So, yeah, I wonder, is there a way we can have a town hall in District 18 and we just invite the candidates to come talk to us? Because there's so many running for his seat. Um, and I thought you had to live in the district. Because Sylvester Turner lived in Acres Home. Yeah. Um, so that's where yeah, I'm not that far. Well, where I'm at, I'm like Spring this way, Acres Home that way. So not that far. I actually live down the street from the high school he graduated from. I didn't know he went to Klein. I don't know. Well, I kept thinking he went to what's the high school over there at Acres Home? I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Excuse me. So but it's a lot of high schools around here though. So but they're not down the street, but they like that, they over there. But anyway, I'm just this man wanna be the Pope. He messed with the oh, this is the other thing, y'all. Why all of a sudden now he I swear he gets these. I don't know who he's talking to. He just comes online and starts saying these ideas. And I'm like, do you run them by anybody before you get online? Probably not. I just want Melania to take his phone. Girl, can you just go in there and take his phone? Because I'm tired of him is tweeting over there on Truth Social. Why he wants to put 100% tariffs on foreign films? Does he not see what's happening? Him wanting to put all them tariffs on them other countries. What did them other countries do, y'all? They turned around and tariffed us in return. Now he's saying like, oh, they're taking our technology and they're doing this and that, and and it's not fair. And I'm like, what is he? And I'm thinking like, what does he think he's? And I'm thinking like, who are the three people that he said they were going to be like the ambassadors? What do you call it? Movie or Hollywood ambassador? I think it was Sylvester Stallone, John Voight. Was it Mel Gibson? I'm like, do I need to act this? Like, hey, can you go talk to him? Like, and this is the thing. Some of us like foreign films. Now you're gonna make them more expensive? Guess what the other country's gonna do? Because when we have American films and they're played in other countries, that's foreign films to them. They're gonna put their tariffs on our films too. Like, stop. Oh, here's Mel Gibson. Thank you, Black and not. Like, what you doing? And then he wants to like, well, I want to offer incentive for them to come over here and make their movies here. And I'm like thinking to myself, does he not understand that there are certain states in the United States that are actually already giving incentives to movie studios and directors to film in their states or cities? One of them is Georgia. If you ever went to a movie at the end, you see a big old Georgia peach. Yeah, Georgia is giving those movie people discounts and stuff to come film in Georgia. Okay? There's some other, I forget what other places are too in the United States. I'm just like, so they don't all have to be in Hollywood. I'm like, are you doing this because of Governor? You don't like Governor Newsom? He goes up the whole state, not just Hollywood, Los Angeles, Century City. Okay. Thank you, Louisiana, Nevada, yep, Chicago. Right. And then you know what? They're always filming in New York. But I guess he, since he was getting sued in New York, he don't like New York no more. Like, dang. What you doing? it's just like, sir, what you doing? What you doing now? Like, you just make it. I just feel like you come up with stuff you think is a good idea, and it's just like, why are you over here making our lives hard for? You not happy? And by the way, I don't know if y'all been looking at Trump. He looks tired. Like, people was trying to talk about Joe Biden, like he was taking naps and stuff, but he needed them naps. I don't know. Trump needs a nap in the afternoon. Unfortunately, that's I need to get up out of my car. It is thundering and raining. Why do I not have an umbrella, y'all? You know I got rain boots and no umbrella. That make any sense? Y'all remind me next time. Let me see your transfer. Can you please buy yourself an umbrella, a raincoat, a poncho, or something? I need to get in here because my dog he gets anxious. He's okay doing the freeze and the snow, but he don't like the thunder and the rain. Nah, he don't like that. But yeah, like he need a nap because he be saying that stuff and then he be talking and stuff. And it's like the later the time, he's like, and according to one of my colleagues, he feels like he's maybe in the early stages of dementia, and that he's sundowning. It's like when you become less coherent as the sun goes down. So like I was always trying to figure out like why are you always having these things in the afternoon? Then I started noticing like when he does like a whole bunch of executive orders like days in a row, and it's like he's supposed to come on at 2, but then he comes on at 3 or 4, and then he's like talking. It's like why is he slurring his words? Like, y'all need to let this. Y'all didn't let him have a nap. And whoever was his doctor, y'all need to get a second opinion. Because the other day, I don't know if he took his tie off. I don't know what was wrong with his hair. I was like, why is he looking so much older? I just saw Biden. He looked the same age, but he was already kind of like old anyway, I guess you could say. I'm just like, and Biden is older than Trump. I was like, what? Okay. And then they say he goes to Mar-a-Lago every weekend. And someone said it's been costing the taxpayers like $26 million, maybe more than that. No telling how much this parade he wants to have on June the 14th. Yeah, he's a Gemini. Oh my goodness. You know what? That makes sense now. Because sometimes he this way, sometimes he that way. But I'm a Libra. I'm supposed to balance him out. But he's just making me crazy. I got Scorpio tendencies. I just want, like, sir, can you stop? Oh my goodness, they are like, speaking of, he makes me want to shake him. Can you please go sit down and lay down, please? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Somebody, some man got arrested for conspiracy to assassinate the president. And they found him through the comments he made on social media. And at first I was thinking like, oh, y'all just took this man comments out of context. And then I gotta go find it for y'all. Then I read what he wrote, and I was like, oh, they probably been watching you for a while. They were just trying to make a case. He had, right after Trump was inaugurated, he bought a gun. Then he was like in the comments about, yeah, we all need to get our guns. We all need to go to the White House. I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, sir, he might have pardoned the January 6 people for running up in the Capitol, but I don't think nobody gonna pardon you for trying to get to the White House. I don't think nobody gonna go with you. But then again, you never know. So I'm just like, it's like every week I keep hearing about somebody trying to kill him. I'm just like, sir, I really fear it's gonna be one of them veterans or somebody who no, not one of them veterans, somebody that was a Trump supporter. Cause this happened to what's that man's name? I'm trying to think of the president's name. Cause he had promised somebody a job if they helped get him elected. And he didn't give the man a job, or he didn't give it to him fast enough. And that man came up to him and shot him and killed him. That's why they passed the Civil Service Reform Act, and they were like, "Hey, you're gonna offer these people jobs and stuff. These people we need qualified people up here, not just because somebody they voted for you, but we still, that's why they do background checks on people for these government jobs." But with Trump, it's just like you just gotta give them a couple $1 million and you be up there. So. But anyway, the other thing, y'all, did y'all hear this? He's talking about if you're an illegal immigrant and you're willing to self-deport, they're going to give you $1,000. You know what? He, the one, is very desperate. Because remember, you're supposed to have mass deportations, right? But the courts is like telling you, sir, you need to have due process. You just can't be deporting people over the Alien Enemies Act, because you know what? We're not at war. Okay? And then now he's and I'm thinking like, this sounds like someone who's really there. Like you said it with your chest, you threatened them, you hollered, now you just trying to bribe them with money. At the same time though, I just feel like they must think we boo-boo the fool. You gonna want a legal immigrant to come into the ICE and say, "Here, I'm here for my $1,000. Come deport me." I don't trust y'all. They already calling up people who are supposed to go like check in with ICE. Like ICE knows you here. You might have came in illegally. You might have come in under like a visa or something. You come in there thinking you're doing a regular check. They there to deport you. You come in there for your $1,000 check, and they putting the cuffs on you, and you like, where my $1,000 at? It's like entrapment. I just like, Now you want to get, if you really, and the other thing is that if you really want to give them $1,000, you would have offered that the first time around. But no, y'all had Doge, and y'all was cutting costs and big government, and but Doge really didn't do shit. And Doge never gave us a report or anything. Like, how? Oh, we found this, we found that. Where's your report at? And I really want somebody to go get Robert Kennedy Jr. and just, he need to go lay down too. I swear every time he talks, I feel like his voice is gonna go away. He needs one of the Ricolas. He needs a Ricola. And he always sounds like he's nervous when he's talking too. Like he needs a Ricola and he's nervous. How much coffee did you drink this morning? Or did you bump some coke before you came in here? What's going on? I'm sorry to say why your cousin said you was not the right person for the job. Some of the autistic kids, they're not going to be able to grow up, have jobs, and get married. I'm like, but sir, there's a lot of okay, I'm tired. They didn't cut costs. They just fired a whole bunch of people. But this is the thing. It's the same way with Elon Musk. He did the same thing with Twitter. He is a scientific guy. And so he goes in there thinking like, okay, social media, I'm gonna go in, it's mostly social, it's technological. I'm gonna just go in here and da-da-da-da. And then he's over there in the Doge, and their department used to be called the digital something or another. So he's going over there thinking like that. But the thing is, You need people who are liberal arts majors, people who got a BA instead of a BS, who thinks with a different mindset, that interacts with people. You need somebody with some human resources experience. You just can't go in there and fire everybody. You have to assess, okay, who has seniority? Let's look at their performance reviews. Okay. And see, and have a meeting with people and talk to them. But that's not what he did. He just went in. I think they just went in and saw some type of. I think they did it. I think they just filtered some people, and it was like, okay. And then they just got rid of people. But this is the thing: you're in the government, and a lot of those departments, those agencies are independent, and there's a certain way you're supposed to fire them. Like due process, right? And so that's why a lot of them end up just suing the government to get their job back. And then guess what? Some of them got their job back, but they ain't going to the office because Trump still wants to fire them. So they're at home collecting a paycheck. Okay, Doge, where's the cost cutting at? Where's the cost cutting at? Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah, right. Black and but some of them are at home collecting a paycheck. They want to be at work. And then he told, I didn't like this. What they did too. They're like, oh, all y'all at home, remote at home, y'all come to the office. My thing is, it's a certain way you say things to people. And that's what I'm thinking. Like y'all coming over here with this business mindset to the government, and y'all understand most of what y'all doing is things that mean you're interacting with people. So you need people who are people persons. Unfortunately, our president is not one of them, and goddamn Elon Musk is that too. You see Elon Musk, they ask him a question and he's trying to talk. I noticed, like, he's always like, it's like he's trying to figure out what to say. He doesn't slow down so that he can get his words out. It's like he's tripping over his words. And I was just like, okay, this is who y'all had. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, this all right. This who y'all. Yeah. I'm still waiting on who's gonna throw the other under the bus first. Is it gonna be Elon or is it gonna be Trump? Because right now Trump tried to help Elon with the whole Tesla, having a whole showroom on the White House lawn. That was so tacky and ratchet. Like, that is not what the White House lawn is supposed to be for. To help your friends sign a car. Then now he's talking about, he's gonna go back and work on his company. I read Tesla looking for a new CEO. One of the co-founders, months ago, I read an article said that he is hurting the brand by what he's doing in the government. And, he needs to make a decision, like, what you want to do. You want to be heading Tesla, you want to be over there in the government. But then I always felt, though, the way they gave Elon that special government title, that means he was not up for Senate confirmation. Trump could always, like I said, scapegoat. Like narcissists, they have supplies, and then they have flying monkeys. And so when it benefits them, they will discard them. So I'm trying to figure out, is this like two narcissists just making it appear that we're dialing stuff back, but still planning stuff behind the scenes. Because narcissists will ally with another narcissist temporarily. It won't last long. Eventually, it will get nasty. It will. So I'm just trying to figure out who's it going to be first. So, yeah, I read that. I did read that. Yeah, where was all the fraud? But I applaud the first 20 people who did resign from Doge. And I think they did because they did not want to be over there firing all those people. So I'm thinking after he fired those 20, he probably got 20 others that he picked that was going to listen to him. So like someone said, even if he's not at Doge, he still got the Doge people that listen to him. One little boy, I got to go find I saw a picture, I got to go find the rest of the article. He's upset. He said he lost. Tell me why. Tell me why. This boy quit Harvard. You hear me? Harvard. And to work for Doge. And his friends, I guess, who still go to Harvard, they don't want nothing to do with him. And I'm thinking to myself, part of me is like, one, you're Asian. From my Asian friends, their culture, you go to college, you either gonna be engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer, or something to the equivalent. You dropped out there to go work for the government for Doge. So you was like thinking like, hey, Mark Zuckerberg didn't finish college. He got Facebook. Who else didn't finish college in the and I'm thinking like, sorry, did you think you was gonna get in good with Elon and he gonna get you over there at Tesla? You FAFO, didn't you? And I just think about, what is your parents saying to you right now? Because Asians as a group historically, like they have a lot of social pressure. So that's also why there's high rates of depression actually amongst their group, and also higher rates of suicide. You just don't always hear about it because they're trying to live up to their parents' expectations. And so let's say, you don't want to be an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. You want to be a singer. You want to be a painter. You want to be something else. And then I say, hey, you don't want, and what if you're gay? Well, in their culture, historical culture, there's nothing that's being gay is not something that's in their culture. And so their parents might see that, oh, that's you acting like American. I actually met a guy like that. He said his parents were expecting him to get married and have children. And he says they don't know he's gay. He says, I don't know what to do. He's like, if I tell, because he's in the corner, I tell you I'm gay, you don't accept me, then I shots from the family, or I go get married and have kids so I can still be accepted by my family, but I'm really not happy in myself. So it was just like, I'm looking at this kid like, why is you? I'm looking at him like, you quit Harvard to go work for the government? With Elon? What did he say to you? Your mama and daddy? It's okay. My thing is this. Your friends, you probably didn't realize how woke or how principled they were in regards to things. And I don't know, what did your parents tell you to go work for him? I just can't see your parents tell you to go work for him. I'm gonna go find that article. I want to read it because I really want to know what his parents said. you imagine? All your life, you was the top of your class. Your parents pushed you. You went to Harvard. They bragging on you on Facebook and all the social medias. And then one day you come in there, you say, Mom and Dad, I'm quitting Harvard. And my thing is, did he take out student loans? Did his parents pay for that? Was it all scholarships? And my thing is, sir, you need to go back over there to Harvard and see if you can get back in. Or because of what Harvard was doing, because the president doesn't like Harvard right now. Like, did you think like, oh, it's not good for me to be at Harvard right now? No, that degree means a lot, sir. In places like, don't let them people up there fool y'all, because he wants to bring back the trades. Trades never left neither. Oh, Jesus, fix it. But thank y'all for listening to me. For almost an hour. I was only supposed to be here like 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, this is the thing. That's great. Thank you for bringing it up. Because the one, like this one guy, I think he's like 20, 21. So he's having them go through personal information. And luckily they haven't gotten access to Social Security. But did y'all know that some of them, a couple of them, had access to nuclear information? And at first they're like, oh no one has access. But then someone was looking in the system, they're like, wait a minute, so and so, I see on here that they went into this file. Well, they went and corrected it that they couldn't get access anymore. But it's just like, y'all don't have no type of human resources experience. I'm like, who is in charge of cyber? Because I had to take these compliance things for my high school and for colleges, the two colleges I work for. I have to take cybersecurity awareness. I have to take social media. I have to take information technology to say, hey, these are the safe things I need to do on the internet. And I'm thinking like, how y'all the tech people and y'all not doing that? And then Elon want to tell people on Social Security, if they got a question for Social Security, go on Twitter and ask them a question. Why not? You said you know why? Because guess what? You closing the Social Security offices. But then when you go to the Social Security office, you telling folks like, hey, you need to bring in this type of documentation so we know that it's you. Like, do you not see how... Fix it, Jesus. Help us to fix it. How do we fix it? I'm just like someone the other day said, now you have to help your grandma get a Twitter account. And I know if my aunt was still living, she was living with me, I would have to help either use my own Twitter account or I had to help her get one. Because she does have dementia. And I would go with her to the different appointments. I know when my uncle died, I had to get off work to take her so she can prove that my uncle was her husband, so she can get the one-time benefits thing. And I'm thinking like, you want someone her age, she was 83, to go on Twitter to ask. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Yes. Yeah. Go to the Social Security website page. Just go. And in some places, depending on how rural it is, there's not that many Social Security places. So, yeah. Ugh. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for listening to me ramble. Thank you, Black Anonymous, Respective Angle Mobile, Respective Angle Christian Network. Y'all check Black Anonymous out and Respective Angle Christian Network. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Cherie Harris. Thank you to those who are in the bushes or the clouds. Thank you to those of you who are gonna watch me on the replay. I appreciate y'all. If I learn any more information, I would definitely come back on here and let y'all know. Today was the first day that student loan payments resumed. I did check mine yesterday. I am still in forbearance because I had signed up for the save. I think I was under IDR, but then I got with SAVE, and right now that one's the one that's under Biden. So that one's still in the court. There's an injunction against that. So I have to basically wait. I'm like 28 payments away from getting public loan forgiveness. But even if I make a payment now, it won't be credited to my 120 payments I'm supposed to make to the public loan. And I did apply for public loan forgiveness last summer. And yeah. So I called my lender, or not lender, the servicer, and I called the FAFSA Department of Ed. And they basically both said, like, hey, you just gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to wait. So it does have a due date of the payment I'm supposed to make, but because I'm under the whatchamacallit, my payment's really, really low. So, but then again, I might need to go check because you never know with Trump. He always doing something. And I really don't think Linda knows what she's doing either. Y'all, she said, you know how people say AI for artificial intelligence? How about she saying A1? How about she did not know what IDEA meant? Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The girl at Fox tried to help her. She said, oh, this is on my 5th day on the job. I know it deals with special needs. I'm like, oh, Lord. And then him and Linda and what's her name, Leave It, want to say, you just can't just get rid of, cancel your loans and stuff like that. I'm looking at them like, did this dude go through like so many different bankruptcies? I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, you should. And then I found out he said he really doesn't like the whole forgiveness program. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you? I'm trying to remember when he said that, because I wasn't following him. So somebody who was a Trump supporter, what did he say he didn't like that back last year? Is it because Biden was trying to do that for us, but the Republicans kept suing him, and the states like mine were suing him, saying, "Oh, you're overreaching your duty to the president. You can't do that." Okay, okay. All right. Okay, all right. Okay. And now he's trying to penalize Harvard because Harvard's like, well, we're not getting rid of our DEI programs because you don't like it. And even here in Texas, Rice University has said the same thing. And unfortunately, our governor is he's like mini Trump. He's calling into an investigation for them. but they're a private university, so it's like, hey, everybody else gets getting, because like Texas A&M and UT, they actually there's actually public money that is designated for them, so they have to like they have to toe the line. Did y'all know this man is trying to say that Texas A&M is still doing DEI, and I'm thinking like, Texas A&M has always been conservative. I'm not surprised they're getting rid of, they're toeing the line. They were doing the compliance thing after Hopwood, when the students who didn't get into UT, because they sued because there were like seats set aside for Black students, and they said, that wasn't fair when we had the grades and everything. Y'all just made this designation. So after that, you just couldn't like use race as a factor for placing someone in a program. And they also went a step further. So a lot of them were looking at the scholarships, like minority scholarships. So they got rid of the minority scholarships. So people like myself, who was in the top 10% of our class, people looked at us like, oh, we didn't belong here, but we actually did, because and that's when Texas switched to, if you were in the top 10% in your high school, you automatically got admission to these universities. So that was thinking like, okay, we can get the diversity that way, and we're looking at strictly merit, So I'm thinking like, okay, they toe the line now, but this man is saying that they didn't toe the line, I guess, far enough. And I'm thinking like, well, does he want the school to go back to white and male only as it was in 1876 when it was founded? And I'm thinking like, is that really what he wants? And I'm just like, okay. So now he wants to call the governor to send someone over there to investigate Texas A&M. And I'm thinking like, seriously? I'm like, I'm tired of y'all being little trumpets out here. I'm tired of y'all being little trumpets out here. Right. You sure? Right. So I'm just, yeah. So, okay, stop raining. Thunderstorm raining. But I'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so much. Bye.